Hey guys, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, beautiful, beautiful moment of you. Every moment of now is an opportunity to align, to recognize your God self, your innate self, the love and light that you are. Every moment of now is an opportunity that gives us a reflection, an introspection of the energy that we are illuminating in this moment of now in order to bring information or wisdom or insight or beauty into our conscious recognition to connect to those areas, whether it is showing us something about ourselves to be transmuted, or whether it is showing us a reflection of the divinity that we are embodying. It is all us. Nothing is outside of us. Nothing is separate from us. It is through our awareness, the amount of awareness that we are allowing to flow through our lens, to flow through our heart, determining how we perceive what our perception is. And every moment is an opportunity to broaden our perception. Every moment is an opportunity to broaden our perception of all that we are, so that we may reflect a cleaner, clearer, broader, more open, more encompassing experience of ourself. Oops, just kind of went blind. Not blind. I just had a little glitch in my headphone. So I just thought I would deliver a message, and then if anyone wants any personals, I'll do open donations for personal readings. Spirit has been it's always speaking about becoming and embodying more and more and more and more of our light. So actually, I think we'll just take a breath in and connect. I mean, we're always that light, but what we bring awareness to, because we are light bodies, what we bring awareness to, we accentuate, we magnify, give life to. So we'll just take a nice breath into our heart space. Our heart is that portal of our multidimensional self, that part of us that is here and everywhere. It is that pure love, God source energy. It is that connection to our highest guidance, to our wisdom, to our knowledge, to all that book within holds, our Akash within, our multi-self within on all timelines. So when we take a breath in, we can think of it as we are bringing awareness to our God self. We are in that awareness, we're actually activating more light, more remembering, more awakening within our being, within our physical self, but simultaneously, multidimensionally, because all power, everything is available in the now, all time is in the now. So wherever we choose to focus our attention, our awareness, we are affecting eternity. And when we focus, we're activating, we're growing it, we're bringing life to. And then on that exhale, we can think of that exhale being the reality that we see before us, the manifestation, the hologram, the reflection, our mirror. So the more and more and more we go within for our answers, for our guidance, for our wisdom, the cleaner we keep wiping that mirror. As we rise and raise in light frequencies, we are cleaning, like that analogy I used the other day on Ria on the Run, like a spray cleaner. A spray cleaner is more efficient. It doesn't leave streaks or smudges, and it covers more territory. So as we step into and embody more, allow more of our natural self, which is love and light, it is cleaning up the energetic field. It is cleaning up everything that is not in alignment to this higher frequency. So as we connect more and more for the and allow that higher frequency, bring our awareness, our consciousness there, then we project that out. And it's like a cleaning aid. It's like that spray foam cleaner. And that reflection becomes clearer and cleaner because it is cleaning the lens where we are getting a cleaner, clearer projection of those high frequencies, of our heart's desires, of our natural self. And that cleaner also acts as a cooperative, collaborating energy in bringing forth the form, the manifested energy that inform the physical that we want to experience, that we want to see. It is bringing forth that clearer projection of our light body. Hey, good day, Tamra. Hey, Rainbow Child. I saw a little bit of you and John's live the other night, and I didn't see the whole thing, but I was so impressed. Like, it was so good. It was just so resonant. I just loved that collaboration you guys were doing. I'll have to go back and re-listen, but it was really, really awesome. I can't even remember. I just remember John was talking about diabetes and addictions and, how that is a reflection of, filling up space and all of that. And I just thought it was really, really good. I like it. It didn't have power over him. He had power over it in the way that you guys were talking. It's just awesome. So thank you. I got to watch that. So, yeah. And so, we are activating more and more light, but our light is activated as we are working through the darkness, working through the confusion, working through the smudges in the mirror. All right, so we'll take a nice deep breath in, guys. It even helps sometimes just to put your hand on your heart. It brings that physical focus. It brings that anchoring and that grounding to that heart. Our hearts are one with Mother Earth. Mother Earth is the representative of our physical experience and all that we have available to us, that perfect regeneration, balance, calibration, cycles, renewal, life, beauty, all of it, how everything works in symbiosis perfectly. All life on Mother Earth works in perfect symbiosis. We'll take a nice deep breath in. And a little more. And a little more. Hold it. Feel into your vibration. See your illumination. Feel the cleaning happening with your vibration, your frequency. Moving any blockages, darkness, confusion out of you. Exhale. So on that in-breath, you just connected to the highest frequency vibration available to you now. And you can say, well, how is that different than looking outside? Well, the outside world is reflecting regurgitated information, beliefs, thoughts, and it can actually distract us. It's old energy manifest, or energy that we're still recycling before us. So when we go within, we create a new beginning, a new perception, a cleaner mirror, a fresh new reflection of what we just connected to. So when we don't take that time to connect and go within ourselves, we keep living from the outside. But when we see the outside and it doesn't make sense to the journey that we're taking, our consciousness coming more and more and more aware, when we go within and ask ourselves, then we change that reflection. We go without, then we go within. We go without, and then we go within for the greater insight and wisdom as we transmute and as we evolve, as we embody more light, and then that light embodies a different reflection. So if we always operate from the outside, it's kind of like the matrix. It's being stuck in that matrix. The programs, the thoughts, everything we see before us has been constructed from a different frequency, a lower, we were even a lower frequency a few years ago or whatever, a second ago. We're always expanding. We're always embodying more light. So hence our frequency is going to be projected through our lens, and we're going to keep creating a new, a fresh. And even when we see something that was always there, you can say, well, that's always there and I've been changing, where you're seeing it through a higher frequency lens as well. You're seeing it with a different insight, a different angle, a different perception. So I can see things before my world now that take on a different description, definition, label, energy, because I am seeing through a higher frequency self. And that is how we are able to change definitions and labels, and we're breaking free of the programming and the limitations of the past, because we are infusing the definition, the meaning, according to our own divine frequency vibration. We are all individuals. We're all created of love and light, but we are creating a lens that is individual to us, which is defined by what we are allowing, how much light we are allowing to flow through us, how much light we are seeing, how much of God's source energy is our sight allowing, how much God mind, God eyes, God thoughts are we allowing through our physical. And then that acts as a lens, a projection of a certain frequency that we are activating and accessing within. We're activating and accessing, Spirit says. That is the little that's a little phrase today by Spirit. Activating and assessing. It's not their typical rhyme, but it's the double A's. I like that. So we're activating, and as we activate, we're accessing new information and knowledge, and then it is put through our lens, and we change the world. We can take the same old building or tree or whatever it is outside of us, and we gain a new meaning, a new definition. It's like a bouncing off of the insight that we have. So we see an object on the outside, but we just activated light within us. So it goes through us and it bounces off that object. It bounces off a new meaning, a new reflection, a new definition for us. Hey, Lauren, did you do it again? Did you do it again? I could feel it so strong, nonstop, vibrating all week. Yeah. Holy shit. So I actually feel the vibrating and actually started to wonder again, where the hell was I? In the store with Mythos. Was I in Sam's? I thought, oh my God, I thought I was going to faint again. And I'm like, oh my God, maybe there's something physically wrong. So my ego started stepping in. And the floor, Tam, the floor felt non-solid. It was like giving, like this. It was giving. And I'm like, holy shit, I hope this is freaking ass ascension symptoms. And today I'm fine. So the physical body is recalibrating to these shifts. And so the more light we are embodying and allowing and activating, we are actually exponentiating it. So before, when we activated, it might have been a spark, but now there's so many sparks going off. We are shifting into these high frequencies that the physical body is taken aback, and it feels a little off kilter, and it's got to stabilize and anchor in these new frequencies. And the floor, literally, it was the weirdest sensation. Felt like it was moving in Sam's Club. And I thought I was going to have to sit down, and I actually got worried, like, oh my God, please don't let me have to call 911 here in the store. Because I started thinking, oh my God, what the hell? But obviously I'm fine and normal today. And it is just reflecting these huge shifts in consciousness, because we are allowing so much. So the more we allow and open up to, it's not just this timeline either, guys. It is allowing all of these higher fluxes of our multidimensional self information to activate. It is all in the now. So think of the power that we are pulling in, that we are allowing, that we are activating, that we are accessing, that we are anchoring in right now. So there's going to be a little bit of funkiness going on. There's a little bit of funkiness. And it's beautiful. We are so blessed to live in this timeline, and we're so powerful. And just that whole definition, that whole little message a second ago about us changing our thought, us changing the definition and labels. Before, I thought of it as more of a mental thing, and the way that the energy just came through and was channeled, I love it when Spirit explains the process, the mechanics of it, even though I know nothing and I'm no scientist, but through light and through energy, it gave me a greater understanding. Oh, I'm not just defining it through my mind. It is literally an energetic exchange and bouncing off of this new frequency we are embodying. And we always were that frequency, but you can think of it as it was dormant. Yesterday, Spirit gave me the analogy of turning up the dimmer. Well, we're the dimmer switch, and we're turning it. It's going, and sometimes there's a little shift, but as the little shift goes, and then it goes, and that's what's happening. I love it. It's beautiful. I see. I'm just gonna get these glasses here so I don't have to strain. Why did I put them? Where did I put them from last night from the masters group? So yeah, we are stepping into powerful, powerful times, guys. And then I don't know where they went. I even was wondering, oh, geez, maybe because I'm just so stressed out and I'm doing a lot right now, trying to do my lives, trying to do my painting, trying to do the moving, trying to do the exercise, trying to do the karting and everything. And I'm like, well, maybe it's just that, but maybe it's both. But anyways, so I thought I would do a collective reading. If you guys don't mind sharing out, I'd appreciate it. And then I will do some personals for Ria Barna 1224 at Gmail. Open donations. I'll just stick that there. So yeah, Tamara, like, so in these groups and stuff and everywhere that we resonate with, oh my God. And that's another thing. We're so open, and I know you guys already know this, but we're so opening up to soul family connections. As we raise these frequencies, we're literally opening up doors, pathways, gateways, and meeting all of our soul tribe that are resonating in, also are acclimated to a certain theme. So we're going to find that we are in general connecting and opening up. Like, holy shit, who would have thought of all of these spirit groups on Facebook, huh? Who would have thought of that a few years ago? So anyways, we're opening up many, many doors as the collective, where we're getting a lot of information from each other in a broader sense. And then now I'm finding, like with the masters group, we're going off into our pods, which is just a little bit more intensified, detailed, what's it called? A specialty class of this light. Hold on, let me write. This is so exciting. Hold a second here. I'll just stick my PayPal up and in case anyone out there wants to make a donation. Much appreciated. For personal. All right, let me just stick that in there. All right. So we are, start comment. Okay. Well, let me just stick it there. All right. So what we're doing is we are going in our little specialty. Like, say you go to school to teach, but then you go to specialize in English or social studies or science. So a lot of the spiritual, we're in this huge collective spiritual resonance, but there are all these little specialty groups. That's what the masters is. And I just have to share this because this is what I woke up to this morning. A master is the ability or the state of being where you are allowing you. That's what a master is. And I thought, oh my God, how basic, how simple. And spirit brings through these simple concepts. It's a human mind that make things complex or filler. They fill it with a lot of fillers, and that's fine, part of the human experience. But basically, a master is the capacity to allow. I know we can't allow 100% of us because we're multidimensional, but allowing your authentic, fullest part of you to be expressed. So for me, my master's group is channeling and supporting that within an individual, allowing them to embody, to feel strong, to feel confident about allowing 100% of them, who they are, and their individualized imprint. Oh my God. So now this is going to another pod. So you know how some people are really specialists in light codes, activating. Others are in different modalities, and we all have our thing. And that's beautiful. But what Spirit is saying now, even within the specialty pods where you're becoming a specialist in something, then there's the individuals that are specializing as well within those groups. So they're showing me it funneling down. So we start broader, all of this spiritual energy is broad, and then we funnel down into a resonant group, and then that funnels down into your own personal specialty. So I think that for me, the master's group would be to allow, to support, to be a channel, a conduit for those that really want to really bring out their master individual divine frequency imprint. And it's all that. Every group does that, but in that certain expression, which is The masters for me, because I'm more spontaneous, I'm more like free flowing. That group is going to be more free flowing, going with the moment, not being as planful, not as detailed. It is, but it isn't. Not as, okay, I have to abide by being on this time talking about this topic. So it's an exploration for me. It's an experiment in trusting that process. But what Spirit is saying is, a master, and you guys are all master light blasters, wherever you're watching this, whatever platform, YouTube, whatever Facebook group, you're all masters. And a master is truly allowing the fullness of their divine frequency imprint, their journey to whatever they came to express in this physical. And in that, in order to get to that, we dissipate, we work through fears. Fears are false evidence appearing real. They're anything that keep us separate from ourselves, such as a fear of not being good enough, a doubt, fearing the negative energies, fearing what you're opening yourself up to. But you are everything, and everything is you. So the fears as a gift that show us what we may be buying into and believing in that is not serving our divine frequency imprint. And those fears will be different for everyone. But what it is that root fear is still based in a separation, something you're believing in that is keeping you separate from yourself. And also, so every group has its theme or its general energy, how it tackles that, approaches that, works through that. Some it's just straight like language. For some, it might be more at a mental capacity. For others, it might be more using the tools of crystals. For others, it could be more setting up protection, whatever it is. But we will resonate automatically to the groups, and then within groups, pods, and within that, really just it's about fine tuning. So the group, the collective, all of the Facebook beautiful spiritual communities is that light vibration, and then we fine tune to specific pages, groups, pods, and then obviously it's all just us. It's bringing us and fine tuning us to ourself. And in that process, on that journey, we'll deviate, we'll move from this pod to that, to that, to that group. Just like you guys can all look in your spiritual journey 10 years ago, who you really resonated with, you don't really listen to as much. You've grown and expanded to another and another and another and another and another. And that's how everything is applicable as it resonates to your soul's journey. Nothing is wrong, nothing is bad, nothing is better, nothing is worse. It is about listening to your own fine tuning and following that own guide that is coming from within you, your own vibration. That is so beautiful. And what Spirit is saying is essentially what we're doing is we are integrating all the parts of ourselves. Healing is balance. Balance is our natural state of being. Balance brings forth peace. 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 It's about peace. So we are integrating more and more and more of those fractal, distorted, delusional, crazy parts of us that we've labeled or kept separate or criticized. And we're integrating all parts. And this is bringing forth balance. And this is bringing forth a more sustainable peace. In the past, we needed all of these contrasts. We might have bounced off one wall just to bounce to another. Maybe some people were smokers, quit smoking, but then went to binge eating or eating to alcohol or exercise or Fruit Loops or whatever it is for you. So now we're finding that middle ground. We're finding that balance. And that's bringing forth peace. But we needed to bounce off in order to find our middle, to find our center. So some things were so out of whack, we had to go way out of whack the other way in order to finally go do, 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 do. Crazy relationships, one end of the spectrum to the next. You might have played the parts of the leader, then you played the parts of the beggar, the parts of the boss, the parts of submissive, all of those parts we needed to find our center. All multiple dimensional experiences, mass role-playing we've done in all of eternity was to get us to our center. We played the good guy, we played the bad guy, we played the healer, we played the healed, we played the Jesus, we played the devil, so to speak. We play all parts, And it's all happening simultaneously to simply bring us to our center, the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop. And when we look at things through that higher, clearer lens, it tastes good. Many people use the analogy of peeling back the layers of an onion. I like the analogy of how many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop, because we have the power to define every layer, every roll, every mask with the sweetness through our tongue, through our senses. And when we're using our tongue and our senses, we are feeling into it. So that requires being present with every moment as well. Not that crying like a baby when you're peeling and chopping up your onions won't, but it's up to us to choose how hard or how easy, how pleasant or non-pleasant we want to experience our journey. None is better or worse. Every soul comes for a different experience, and that experience is exactly what they need to enter their mastery. And this brings another point. I shared a video about conflict and how it brings us to peace. And it makes me understand why I've experienced many swings in family and my own internal struggle, which was reflected in the family, my contrast, my polarities between what I was taught and who I am, what I believe, what spiritual concepts and who I am. And I took the whole kit and caboodle, and it's an eternal journey. So we never arrive. It's always an expansion and finding that peace. And it makes sense why I had to experience so much conflicting stuff within my own thoughts, like what the church believes, what the spirituality believes, what I feel, but what I feel, I think I should feel. And I've gone through so much of that. And now I'm finally finding that center. And I'm realizing, that is the ultimate state of being, is peace with you. But then we create all of these scenarios and projections to help us to get to that point. It's all a beautiful process. And when we allow our senses, like I said, the taste, it puts you in your body. We came here to be in the body, not just theories, not just in space, but to ground all of that energy through the physical, because that gives us a physical sensory experience. And when the way to know something is to live it, the way to get to the other side, you don't look at a dark tunnel, but you see the light at the end. You can't just be in that light by observing. They're showing me like an interstate highway or a big city tunnel where it's all black and you see the light as you're going through it. The only way to get to that light is to go through that darkness. You got to maneuver physically through that tunnel. And that gives us, this is so beautiful. It gives us that physical experience. And how do you know something? By going through it, not just theory. You can look at that tunnel and think about going through it and getting to the light. But when you're actually in it, it's a whole different story. It's like when I used this analogy years ago, and I think you were on that live, Lauren, about putting something together. And it seems so simple until you actually go through the directions and the instructions and you're actually doing it. Because then as you're going through the directions too, and I think you were making a special chair back then. I don't know if it was a shower chair, Lauren, and I was trying to put something together, or they were using that analogy. Until you actually go through the process, then it also reveals to you all the little mishaps, all the little things you got to tweak. Oh, maybe I needed to go to the store and get the right size screwdriver. Or son of a bee, man, I skipped that step. Now I got to repeat it. And you know what I mean? So when you actually go through something, it's going to show you many, many, many things along the journey. So it's not about just getting to the light. It's not just about building that table or crib or chair. It's the process and everything you learn and tweak and open up and activate within yourself during that process. Wow, that's amazing. Holy shit. That's just so cool. All right, I gotta get closer here. I'm trying to find the right angle. That's awesome. Chakra, it was awareness described. All right. Spleen. All right, hold on here. I got to read about your spleen, Christy. Hold on. You master manifestors, master light blaster. So a master light blaster, I believe, is a master manifestor because they are actually using all of that light. And of course, I'm not going to find a single pair of readers. Where the hell is everything? So that's another thing. All of a sudden, as we're shifting too, it's like we might feel discombobulated, not being able to find what we need when we need it, because our reality is in flux. In flux. It's like when you go to find something and you can't find it, it's because you literally shifted a reality and you got to catch up to it. I always make you work for it. Yeah, I know. Yes, I do. All right, let me back up here. Back that ass up. That song's coming up. Back that ass up. All right. Yes, I love that. And that's what we came for, that solid form, that foundation on earth. Mm, I can't talk about certain things or I'll start crying. But that's what I always wanted, was heaven on earth. Okay. Lauren says, I figured out my problem. My problem with resources is because I feel I need ABC to use towards the things I'm forced to into XYZ for the things I actually want. Well, I'm glad you figured it out. When I buy something out of necessity, the more neurotic I am about it. We are so blessed. And Gina, thank you so much for coming live on the Masters. And so when that's one other thing I want to bring up. So sometimes we think we have something in mind that we want to talk about. Like even today, all my channels end up spewing off to something different, and that's beautiful. That's about being in the moment and allowing what wants to arrive through spirit. So sometimes it's just an opening. It's just an opening or an idea that the ego says, okay, I'm going to do this because that's the way the ego can understand it. But when we're in that moment, then we can allow whatever wants to arise to the occasion. And I'm just all about going with it and trusting that process, what arises. Because sometimes in the past, I could do a live in the past when I wanted be more like kind of Lauren's mentality. I want it this way, or I think I need to do it this way. And because I thought I was going to come on and talk about this subject and then I didn't, I had to learn to trust, to let that shit go and trust what does come through, what wants to present. Because then in retrospect, I'd say, oh shit, I didn't even mention that, but I wasn't supposed to. And then maybe I learn more about it and process it, and then I present it in divine timing. It's all about syncing up and allowing that. Less is so much more, Gina. Oh my God. So yeah, I love Fruit Loops. Alexandra, Fruit Loops. I do like Fruit Loops. And I am a little kid, and I thought once I grew up that I wouldn't crave or enjoy that kind of stuff. And son of a bee, I still enjoy sweet cereals, candy, sugar. It's not something I ever outgrew. All right. So Christy says, that's awesome. Our spleen chakra is where our awareness is. It's described as the tongue of the body. Tasting life. I'm going to come up with a t-shirt logo. That's awesome. Time freeze, time to reflect on words spoken in this light code of love. Thank you for joining, Alexandra. The emptier your mind. Yes, the emptier, the less have tos, the better. Then we become an open vessel for this. And I'm always amazed when I allow my vessel to open, what pours out of me. Yes. All right. So I'm going to just do a quick collective. Those glasses are strong. Now my head feels funky. So I'm set up over in this corner because I had to plug in my phone and I can't find my, I'm losing everything. I can't find my phone stand. So I'm kind of in an awkward little place here. Let me plug in this light so it gets a little more light. Hold on here. I might be at the other house. But yeah, and things will morph into, like when I read a card or like when we see an image, then things morph because you're opened up to it. You're allowing that. You're not staying set in stone. I will never forget the time. One time I was backing out of the driveway. This was years ago in Vermont. And I was so used to seeing a vehicle parked in a certain way. It's as I was backing up, I was saying, okay, I can't hit that vehicle. And I literally saw it in my rear view mirror. And then I looked forward and I looked back and it wasn't there because my mind was so used to seeing that vehicle there and being conscious of it, but it actually wasn't there. So that is showing us how deeply entrenched our beliefs affect what we see. It is the belief that is creating what we see. It's not any better. And having real life experiences like that just make me understand it. Um, yeah, it's like when you see something and then you don't see it. It's sort of like those mind games where they do checkers or colors and they'll say, look at it, now look away, now look back. But to have a vehicle literally be there and then not be there because of that belief and that habit. So my point is, as we're activating more and more and more light, we are deconstructing those old beliefs and creating through our God eye, our God mind, those new forms, reflections, manifestations. And it's all because of you guys, you, and you. You are the creator of your reality. We are taking back our power. We are no longer subject to the created energy, the definitions, the labels, the constructs outside of us. We are master light blasters, all of us, reconstructing the form to meet and align our natural state. That is what heaven is. That's what peace is. That's to me the greatest joy. All right. Hey again, Gina. I can't see you comments, only the pinned ones. Huh? So who's going to come on live tonight at the Masters with me? Christy? Tamara? I imagine I'm coming live. And also when we can release all of that programs and have tos and open up to that flow of the now, it makes life exciting and wondrous and fun and exciting because we're not trying to force an agenda. We're not trying to control an outcome. We are allowing that natural state of flow, of light, of love to take form in whatever way, shape, or form it feels called. It's fun. It is exciting. The best trips are the spontaneous ones. The best going out to eat or whatever, it's in the moment. And it's like, oh, that was such a good day. It was unplanned and it was so fun because when you try to control, you hold your energy tighter. It's not so free. When you can open up, it releases and opens up that control, that heaviness, that density of the expectations, the have tos. I got to go do this, that, and the next thing. I got to do this before I can achieve that. And yes, we're still in the physical. Yes, we're still going to utilize some of those concepts, but we're going to be meeting in the middle where it's freer. It's this and that. It's not just solid. It's not just control. It's not just having to follow, but it's allowing the old constructs to be infused with a higher frequency based on us. All right. So I'm going to pull 2 cards for the collective. And then if anyone made a donation, let me know. I'm going to pull from the angel ancestors. Love these cards. And the Mother Earth heart card. So it's like, it's our Mother Earth. It's almost like bringing together what's our heart want to tell us in this here and now, and what energy else is supporting that, a multidimensional part of us. Thank you, Alexandra. And that is so beautiful and affirmative that you tell me you needed to hear that. The best comment I can ever get is I needed to hear that, because that shows that I'm trusting, and then that's cooperating and we're cooperative energy. I am in the flow and doing exactly in that moment, trusting in that person. I always trust that. Well, I try to trust that I'm saying exactly what the person needs. But not only that, Alexandra, you needed to hear that because actually you're the one creating the message. You're creating the channel for you. It works together. And when we open to that flow and release resistance, control, manipulation, expectation, we are put in a place where we are definitely magnetizing, magnifying, reflecting that energy that is perfectly matched for us. Things are seamless. We run into the right people. We run into the right deals. We run into the right information when we need it because we have opened up to the flow. And so that's when we are projecting through that cleaner lens, that higher frequency lens. So Alexandra, you created me and I created you. And that's perfect sync up. I created you to say, oh, that's what I needed, but you're the one creating the message. So it's all so beautiful. And we are all one in this base love energy. It's so beautiful. I think we can have 3 people on. Oh, I did not know that. I added a donation with Masters. Fee. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I'll do a reading for you. So anyone watching now or later that want to know about the masters, it's a shoot off from this beautiful page, Temple of the Sun. But of course, you guys might be seeing it in other places, like A Place to Heal as well, and other places later. But it's one of those pods that is a little more even like finer tuned to those that are in the group. And like I said, you guys are all masters regardless. But if you feel called or resonate with what I teach or what I say or what I channel or the people in the comments, it's a paid private group and it's $33 a month, and that represents master teacher. But we are teachers and students always, and that's what a master is too, as they allow more and more and more of them and to step in more and more of their light and to illuminate that and to anchor that into the world, so they create that perfect reflection that is individual for them. Everyone's quote unquote perfect reflection is going to be different, but it's still all going to be high frequency, and that is so beautiful, so beautiful. So Christy, I will read you right after the collective. All right, so the collective for this group watching now or later, and you guys are all master light blasters, okay? You just are. and it's about releasing our old definition of master, of genius. True mastery is just being you to the fullest that you are, because then you are allowing and opening up to your multidimensional self and all of those God self experiences on other timelines, and you're activating that God light, which knows all. But a genius too, that brings to mind the genius card. True genius is simplicity. It is simplicity. It's not complexity. May you have a beautiful group with you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you for being here. You're a light. I feel your light. I feel your frequency. You're very open. You're very pure-hearted. You're sensitive. Oh, you got two not Christy, collective. So the collective card got this infamous one here. This is that little dried up heart of dirt, and it's been run over, it's been dried up, it's been dehydrated, it's been abused, it's on a hard pavement. This is representing the energy that we used to try to operate in. Of course, we were freaking ass tired, weighted, stressed, coming down with disease, coming down with stress, experiencing anxiety because we were not given to ourselves. We were depleted. We were trying to operate from a world outside of us instead of going within where the true nourishment is, the true resource, the true light. Even though the outside world is a resource to show us where we're at, it is not to end there. It's to take it within and to activate more light. So this is the way that a master light blaster has lived in the past, because, you know, there is always that contrast. So whatever your cross is, this looks like a cross. That is the cross you came to illuminate into the love. That is the cross you've come to release. That is the cross you came to bear in order to release it into the light that it was originally created in. So the collective message is acceptance of self. When we label and judge others for how they're living and simply being, we are masking judgment against ourselves. They are manifestations of the limitations we place to live freely from our heart. Judgments are reflections of self-denial. They need to be integrated into the light in order to have true freedom. Well, a master is truly free because they are living in their light. They're allowing their natural self, whatever their natural aligned frequency is, their opinion, their interests, their passions. It's individual as long as it's all of them. Doesn't need to be like another co-master light blaster, but it's based in the purity and the allowance of self-love, self-acceptance. So now we realize that, and we are plumping up our heart. If we take this and drop it in a bucket of water, it's going to plump up. It's not going to have the tread marks. The tread marks of the vehicle coming over this is showing how we've been run over, showing how we diminished our love and light, how we didn't respect our temple, how we did not put ourselves first. Now the time has come. What energies are supporting? And in that, we reflect that in our relations, our outside world, our communities. If we don't have peace within and love of self, we will not be as an effective conduit, channel, reflection for others. That is not to say that we do not reflect what we need on every part of our journey, because even in this state, and when you are teaching, you are helping those that resonate with that energy as you both illuminate and activate. All right. We've got, for the collective, Broken Arrow, That's kind of funny because this looks sort of like it would be a broken arrow, but now our arrow is unbroken. It is focused where it needs to be. Embrace the, holy shit, can't make this up. Embrace the energy of peace. Embrace the energy of peace. So a broken arrow might feel like an arrow that got shot off course. Oh my God, this is going together with this. Areas where you didn't think you were good enough, unworthy, where that arrow did not connect with its target, make its mark, get that animal. It's basically an arrow. You pull it with the bow and it hits a target. A broken arrow means that maybe here we were a little off course, but we needed that to get back on course, to bring us to that middle piece of equilibrium and peace and balance and harmony. So this is about embracing the energy of peace, coming to our center, that portal, the cross here, allowing the opposing forces to meet us in the middle, to bring us balance. These are two arrows. One's going up, one's going down, but they cross and meet in the middle. It's about finding that middle from the fluctuations of up and down. All of those contrasts, polarities, ups and downs, all of that, it was to bring us to this integration of self. That is our protection too. This is also looks like a shield. It looks like a portal. Our protection is our peace. It is allowing the opposing to meet and help us to meet in the middle. So that's what this is about. And now the broken arrow has two different meanings, in that we were once broken and now we're not. And now we're actually breaking. The arrow might seem broken again because we are tuning and focusing in now on a different focus. We are lasering in on a different focus. This, our light. We're not focused on the outside in the outside ways. So in a way, we took that arrow, boom, broke it over our knee and decided to focus on our light. That is beautiful. And that's bringing forth the peace. That is grounding that energy, grounding it to the physical. And the other one that popped forth for the collective was this one. This is beautiful. To me, this always looks like Jesus energy. Well, Jesus was about peace as well. So all of these are about peace. Peace with self. This is the energy that we have transmuted, the energy we needed to come to a greater peace and understanding of self. Through integration, we bring forth peace and harmony in self, allowing all parts of ourself. And now we have the trader. His hand is on his heart. He looks like Jesus to me. Jesus is a exchange of energy to create abundance. This looks like an exchange of energy. It looks like it's balance. It's equal give and take. It's equal. We were not equal give and take here. Here we gave way more than we were receiving. Now we are equally given and taking from the heart, the exchange. And that equal give and take is based with God mind. The white representing God mind, clarity, purity, which is just aligned to your heart center, which is unconditional love. And what does that do? It brings peace. He's got this pink pillow. A pillow brings comfort. That pink represents the higher heart. And peace is abundance. Peace is abundance because that's the frequency where you're reflecting peace, abundance, aid, guidance that is all peaceful and integrated and balanced with you, for you, created by you, due to you embodying more light, allowing more of your natural state. So this energetic change now, it's equal. It's equal now. And it brings us to a portal of balance and harmony, the yin yang coming together. We experienced this. This was our cross. This was our burden in order to get to this. And now that's what we are manifesting reality. We're all called, Spirit says, to be traders in the sense that we are reflecting in our reality all that we are connecting. So we're reflecting that which we are connecting. And when it is of the heart space, that is peace, that is joy, that is balance, that is unconditional love. Creating from this higher heart, connection to higher heart is that universal connection to unconditional love. We are in that flow. So that means that we are in the universal flow. That's how the universe operates. We are releasing those blockages and we are opened up to that universal flow of unconditional love. The universe and the human, the spirit and the physical are coming in this beautiful balance where we're creating that reflection, that physical world of heaven. And heaven will be individual for every person, what their passion is, how they feel passion to express that light. How they channel it is up to them, but it's all based in unconditional higher love. That is so beautiful. All right. All right. So, Christy, I'm going to give you a reading, beautiful master. Me too, Tam. And that's the thing. When we get more finely tuned in the master group, that means we're reflecting with a greater intensity and clarity one another's energies in order to support and aid one another. So we have this overall love and support. Yeah, we're all supporting and loving each other in all of the spiritual communities. But then we fine tune, and it changes to a station. Like, sometimes you're in the mood for, I'm never in the mood for country, but sometimes you're in the mood for country. Sometimes you want some easy listening, some old 70s. Sometimes you might want some clubhouse. Sometimes you might want some trance, and that's okay. Sometimes you want just pure silence. Sometimes you want spiritual. Sometimes you want flute. Sometimes you want drum Indian music, and that's okay. It's just trusting what you are resonating with, what you need in that moment. And we're going to be reflecting more clearer each other. We're seeing, because we're dissipating the illusion of separation, we are actually seeing a more clear reflection in one another at unprecedented results. Unbelievable. And like, someone will post something, I'm like, holy shit, or I'll listen to YouTube and I'm like, holy crap, I was just experiencing that. That's showing us how finely tuned we are to our heart space. We no longer need to fight. Exactly. We don't need to fight and push. We just need to be. And in the past, that seems so simplistic. Oh, just be. Be what? Nothing? I got to do stuff. I got shit to do. I got money to make. I got things to take care of. But now we are stepping and aligning to that peace. We're doing what we need to do with a greater peace, a more aligned self. All right. So, Christy, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you for being part of the master group. And it's such a powerful, powerful, small, intimate group. So thank you guys. And if at some point you guys don't want to do that, that's okay. I won't take it personally. All right. Hey, Teresa. Beautiful sister. Oh, cool. Yeah, I do too. Not off all. I'm not sure what you're meaning. Not off all what? I get the trader card. Yes, you do, Christy. I have done, when I was doing that message for the collective, I had you in mind. It kept saying Christy, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing Christy's card. I'm doing the collective. But whatever message I just gave, I can tell that was also to resonate with you extra, because Christy kept coming in my mind, and my human mind kept wanting to think I was doing your reading, but I was doing the collective. But now I'm doing your reading. It changes. There's so much that I like. So who says I can't have it all? Oh, yeah, exactly. That's another thing. We're moving out of limitations. We can have it all. We're meant to have it all. We're God source energy that have created all inner experience. So of course we can have it all. But what we want to create and what all that all is up to us. What are we connecting to here to show that outside of us? In the past, we might have felt guilty to have it all, or there's so many people in the world that are in need, and people are starving, and you know what? They have their soul journey. We need to trust that we're not to take care of the world. We'll take care of the world as we take care of ourselves, and we're not taught that. We're taught to feel guilty or shameful, or boy, geez, crow, wish I had that, or whatever, or hearing other people say things, or feeling guilty because you see other people that aren't as fortunate in whatever way, shape, or form. No, you are meant to have it all. Their soul journey is there for their reason and their growth, and so is ours. In helping ourselves, we do help others and can help others and have the ability to help others even more so. All right, you got 2 with the angels and ancestors, Christy. And servants, we're taught to be servants a lot in religion and in the spiritual community. When we serve ourselves, we're being servants, because then you're joyous and passionate about sharing. Like even me, what I'm doing right now, I come to this point by serving myself, going within, reflecting, connecting. And then I get so freaking ass excited, I can't help but want to share it. So your service to self, when it's aligned, is automatic service. It's automatic service. And even if you don't say a word or do a live, you're illuminating. You're going through the store. You might feel called to tell someone something they really needed to hear. That's being of service. The service doesn't come first outside of you. The service comes first within you and connecting to that source of all service. And then it comes naturally. And still in balance, always balance. Oh my God, double. All right, you got double, Christy. So I love this card. This is like one of my favorites, just the image. I love the gold. I love the serrated lines in it, like the texture. Oh my God, now I'm having something funky show up. All right, so this is Mother Earth Heart card. It's a beautiful gold stone with the lines in it on the beach. But what's standing out, we got some faces popping in per usual. Oh, now I see like I saw a face, but now it's turned into a bird. So here's the eye, and we get a bird with kind of a fat beak. So you can almost think of it as a duck, but it's not a duck. I'm not sure what it is. Here's the wing. Here's the wing right here or over here. So we do have an animal there, but then we also have an elephant. We have a bird, and we have a water. I think it's a waterish type bird representing your emotions and having the strength to work through your emotions. Because now we have an elephant here. Here's the little ear, and I'm going to say it's an Asian elephant because the Asian elephants have smaller ears. And then here we have the eye, and then we have this trunk coming up. So you got a couple different automatic out of the back, right out of the gate. You got some animal energy, elephant energy, and then you've got this type of bird. Birds to me, almost like it's not a water bird. It's not a duck. It's a fatter beak, a fatter bill. I don't know why they're saying a toucan because it doesn't look like a toucan, but it could be a toucan because remember at the beginning I talked about Fruit Loops, and then the toucan bird used to be in the Fruit Loop commercial, so it could be a toucan. And that represents all the fruity colors and the flavors and all the experiences. And this also does because we got lines. This is showing scars that have been healed within your emotional state of being, Christy, because we got the three, I can't see backwards, the three lines here. They were scars, hurts, and pains that you have come to heal with through your experience. You infuse them with light to end ancestral patterns, to end those cycles. And then we got a big white one here. So that's in the elephant trunk. So to me, that's telling you the trunk calls out, it blasts a sound. So you're blasting, you're illuminating that the truth and everything that you learned from those hurtful experience. Whatever our cross is actually our gift. It is our mastery. It's what we came to shine the light from. And so you're shining light from the scars, from the pain of your past experiences. As you have healed, now you come to blast that and connect at an through sensitivity with others. And what it actually says is feel good, tune into what feels good and act on it to the best that you are capable of. You will fulfill your destiny. Feel good emotions are the thread that weave all advantages and opportunities to you. And you'll discover giving it your all comes natural when you are doing what feels good. But until we get to that point of feeling good, we do have energies to transmute any beliefs that prevent us from feeling good. And it's telling me that you've done that work. You have transmuted and done the work of the energies that didn't make you feel good in order to feel good. And now you feel good about it and you want to share it. You want to come out. You are a light. You are this reflection of healed trauma, healed wounds, but you feel good about it. You wouldn't be who you are and where you are without that experience. So you're able to take all of it and present it in this beauty and fulfilling love and appreciation and gratitude, and be a guide and a light for others to do that as well. So as you feel good, you are illuminating those high frequencies. You are illuminating that for others to tune into. And the other one you got, this one's a little more splattery. It's in the dirt and it's kind of a flattened stone. You can see the heart. To me, this also represents the shedding of the shadows. So in the middle, we got more white, and around the edges, it's darker. So it shows me the shadows. The shadows were darker, but you're opening them up as they move through you. As you move, it's almost now they're showing me you moving through your tunnel. This is representing of you moving through that tunnel. At the beginning, I said we can't get to the light at the end of the tunnel without actually going through it. And as we go through it, you know how you don't see like in a big underground tunnel in a city, you don't see that light. You see all the lights on the side of the tunnel, and you don't see that opening until you get closer and closer and closer and closer. And then all of a sudden, boom, you're in daylight. Those tunnels, like when we were traveling from Florida to Maine, they used to amaze me in New York City area and stuff. So you are coming out of your tunnel and you're releasing some physical stuff, leaving some physicality behind you. See the little pieces there falling off? You've had to let go of some physical form. You may need to let go of more physical form as you're entering the final end, entering into that light at the end of the tunnel. Very beautiful. It says nature heals. Getting out into nature will literally draw out negative influences from within you and fill the space with high vibrations of soothing, healing, uplifting energy. Mother Nature is a reflection of your true nature. When you connect with nature, you are realigning with self. She always represents that perfect alignment, healing, integration, and balance. Just like you can't look at one part of Mother Nature and think, oh, Mother Nature screwed up, how a tiger would go and kill a baby animal from a cantaloupe. That's just messed up. I used to hate watching that kind of stuff on like Wild Kingdom or Animal Planet. But really, it all has its perfect balance. When you know that everything has its purpose and every soul has its journey, and that life is just death is just an illusion, you can see the whole picture. That little antelope just was reborn back into a little baby rhino or whatever. And that's just an illusion. The physical world is an illusion. So we can release that and see how everything is connected when we can release our attachment to the physical form. But in that, we also create a higher frequency physical form reflection. So you are operating in that same way with Mother Earth, allowing your scars, the pains, the little baby antelopes eaten by the tigers, you're allowing that to serve your embodiment of all light in your connection to your divinity. That is so beautiful. All right, so now the ancestors, spring is upon us. New life, new you, Christy. You're springing forward. You're springing through that final few last feet in the tunnel to enter the light, to create from that light, to create from this healing. And it also could do with, this one could have done to do with Sedona, that connection to nature and where you're being called. I can't not mention this. I'm not sure what this is, but maybe it's new life coming out. This could represent this little bulge coming out, new life sprouting. As you see that shadow, you went through that tunnel, you're done with that shadow cycle of work, and you're entering. So that new life, that new step, representative by the spring and angels and ancestors supporting you. And it says, see your seeds grow. So you've planted the seeds. You're coming into that light. Now that light, they're using the tunnel analogy. And when you finally are out of the tunnel, you're totally in the natural daylight. And that's what you're doing. You're entering that natural daylight, and you're seeing how that sun, the sun that you are nurturing all of that growth from the plants you planted, the purple representing Christ consciousness. So see your seeds grow. And rabbits react quickly, and they hop fast. They can change directions. They can hop and travel fast. So to me, it's saying leaps and bounds in seeing the fruition of your seeds manifest into the physical plant, into the flower. And the other angels and ancestors, mirror guardian, taking the time to reflect on all that you've been through, all of your growth, all of your expansion. They're saying also taking time to reflect on all that you've been through in your life and finding that appreciation of how it is served. And in that, you are integrating those, say, negative moments that you might have experienced. You're allowing them to be positive by reflecting on them now and seeing how they've made you who you are, the lessons learned, the wisdom gained, the light, the darkness transmuted into light. So you're being called to reflect in that way. Because when you're reflecting and you see something, it's based on an energy that's already been created. Just like the outside world is reflecting energies, thoughts, paradigms, beliefs, systems of the past. So in that reflection, you're seeing energy created from the past, but you're able to find it and see it in a gracious, thankful way now, Christy. But you're also now reflecting a new image of yourself to be seen in the mirror as well. Take time to reflect. Yeah, being thankful. They're saying too, also any sadness, just sadness releasing. And sadness was based on an expectation that was not met. That's okay. Releasing that sadness. That's part of the physical experience. It's part of the senses. It's part of creating that cell for the heart. Like we can all think of experiences that will bring forth sadness, a time gone by, something you wanted to hold on longer, an expectation unmet, all of that. So allow that to flow as well, they're saying, Christy. And you are coming into so much divine wisdom and insight, being merged with God mind through your reflection, represented by the indigo. What's really weird too lately, every time I kind of glance down, I've been seeing a blue indigo light right on my left side. So I look down, it's like a little portal of blue, indigo blue, this color. And I always just pause and say, oh, thank you, or what does that mean? Thank you. But I've been seeing that a lot, just in my physical, like looking with my physical eyes, I see that blue orb portal. So that too is also being reflected for you, seeing through that God eye, hearing with God ears, and just filling your head and releasing it from the limited thoughts to God mind. They're merging. We don't want to limit the ego mind. We want it to merge with that God, merge with the God mind. And that God mind comes from opening up the heart space. Very beautiful, Christy. Hopefully that made sense. I'm sure it did. You're a very wise woman. Very amazing. All right, guys. Thank you guys for creating this message, because I never take credit for it. It's you creating that. I open and try to be as pure as I could be and allow and go with the flow and be in the moment. And you guys are the ones creating your own messages. And then I receive and you receive and we all receive. All right, let me just see what you said. I get trader card a lot. Energy in the group is blue. Yes. Yes, yes. Oh, I heard read your journaling. Yes. Yeah, you're hearing with God mind. And I mentioned that not too long ago in a live as well. Reading back, or I was reading back. When I read back, I'm amazed at when you put into paper, and you have, I'm sure if you're rereading your journaling, thoughts and things you said, and it's going to even take on a higher frequency of understanding for you, because now you're holding a conscious frequency that you didn't when you wrote it, and you're going to even gain more from that, Christy. When I look back, I'm like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Or man, I was in such a good state there, but maybe I wasn't, but I'm seeing it from that perspective. And then that's how we also alter all timelines, by infusing. Maybe you were having a hard time and now you see the beauty in that journaling, and then what you've done is you've changed the past through this present moment of now by your reflecting. So beautiful. You're a multi-dimensional recalibrator, balancer, healer, Christy. I can't find the Moon Goddess deck in my deck. She isn't in the book. I have the Moon Goddess deck too. I don't know where it went. Oh, or I don't know if it's Moon Goddess or Cycles. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get off. If anybody else made a donation, please let me know right now. In the future, if you ever did and I miss it, what I do is I'll send you a link of a reading through StreamYard or private YouTube, non-public, and then I send it. Oh, you found her. Mirror. Oh, found her. And every time you reflect, every time you look in the mirror, they're saying it's almost like that story Cinderella. Is it Cinderella? It looks no, that's not Cinderella. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the finest? Okay, Snow White. Every time you look back, you're gonna see your beauty accentuated, expanded, and you're gonna see the beauty that you always were, that you didn't necessarily appreciate back then on that timeline. And through seeing the beauty of the now, you heal all of the wounds and the scars of the past into greater light. and you transform all timelines of you. And then, of course, that reverberates out to all universes for all of us. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you for shining your light here and being present. I'm going to just flash you guys. Hi, Sandy. Can we send you a donation later and message you for a reading, please? Of course, of course, of course, of course. So you don't want one right now then, Sandy? If you want one right now, I can, but if you prefer to do it later, absolutely. And I always offer private readings, guidance, and I have a couple like on my Temple of the Sun, different reading types, but I find you can also just, do a donation and you get a reading, you know what I mean? Like a certain time slot. So if you just want a quick, a personal right now, let me know, but you can do it later as well. Can you show something about Snow White, Christy? There you go. Thank you, Tamara. Yes, that's perfect. That's perfect. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't ask me now because because I said I was leaving and that you felt you were rushing me. So yeah, yep, just message me, private message me, Sandy, and absolutely, I'd be honored. So thank you. So I'm gonna just flash you guys up here. Sandy, Master Light Blaster. I swear, looking at my reflection. Well, yes, absolutely, Christy. You're gonna take on different looks. Like sometimes I'll see my eyes and I'm like, oh my God, they look a little extra blue there, or they look a little more white, or whatever it is. Our physical body is reflecting our frequency. Absolutely. We are regenerating. We're gonna be lighter, shinier. Our skin is gonna glisten more. We are literally becoming lighter, less carbon, more shiny, more illuminated. Someone yesterday said glitter. Someone mentioned glitter in one of the lives yesterday. It might have been you, Christy, or Tam. I'm not sure. But we're going to become glitterier. We are shining, literally, visually brighter, and we'll take on even a different structure. Absolutely. Master Light Blaster, Tam, Teresa, Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. I look forward to your message. And yes, I will definitely do that for you. All right, guys. Thank you. My Kali Ma collection. The tunnel part, though. Okay. Oh, Alexandra, thank you so much, Master Light Blaster. The tunnel part, though, that made me think about that dream where I was underwater and I was getting slowly sucked in a corridor tunnel that the electrical barrage was generating before me as I was swimming to the end up the blades. That sounds scary. Wow, that's funny that they use that analogy. And so that analogy was meant for you to click it to your remembering. There was something for you to gain from that. Tamara says, yes, I experienced the fear, also the energy trying to survive like we do. Yes, it will. Because we gave it so much power in the past. That fear is going to want to survive. And yeah, whatever we're believing in and really holding and giving power to, it's always going to be reflected to us until we're done with it. Until we're done with that specific frequency, it's going to appear until we're done with it. It's not good or bad. It's just a certain frequency and it will appear and give us the opportunity. That's how God works. It's eternal love. Unconditional love is even part of facing fears and creating and manifesting fears until we're done with that energy. And that allows us to be here. Follow your nose wherever it goes. Yes, Toucan Sam. Toucan Sam. Follow your nose wherever it goes. Fruity. You don't even know why someone is out there in the street. He or she might have bought it upon themselves. Exactly, Lauren. Like embracing all ascended masters, different tools, incorporating different things. Oh, thank you. This makes a good point with the Fruit Loop analogy, Tamara. So Tamara says, like embracing all ascended masters, different tools, incorporating different things that I like. There's no right or wrong. It's all right. It just depends what we need in the moment. Sometimes you might want eggs. Sometimes you might want a fast. Sometimes you might want a nice dish of fruity Fruit Loops. And the Fruit Loops represent every flavor, every color, every modality, every tool. And when we mix it all up in the same dish, it's so yummy. So it's about picking and choosing and allowing all to be an ingredient in our own soup now, in our own energy, as a reflection of our own energy now that tastes good. And keeps us expanding. Yes, Tamra. Oh, thank you, Alexandra. You guys are so stinking awesome. You guys are all master light blasters, shining your light, being that flavor of the Fruit Loops. But even within your own flavor, even within your own fruity flavor, you have so many flavors incorporated into that one flavor. That's what your divine frequency imprint. It is your flavor, but that flavor is only made up from a eternal bits and pieces of other flavors and essences mixed into that one loop. That is so awesome. This is getting very legit. Yes, very legit. I like that word. I'm giving crap for using that word a lot. Legit, but it's true. There's no other way. To me, legit is raw and real. It is alignment to that God source energy. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you, Gina, Master Light Blaster. All right, guys. I will sign up. Oh, hey, good morning, Pam Gary. Good to see you, beautiful. Did not see you up there earlier. All right, so I'm signing off unless anyone has anything else to say. Obviously, I always do privates as well, private readings and specific readings as well. And if you haven't joined the Master Light Blasters group and you feel called to, message me, and I will also put a little thing on the bottom here. Can using the word medicine every day for a while? Oh, been using the word medicine every day for a while. And that's, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, but every medicine is appropriate for whatever medicine is for you. What is our definition of medicine? To me, it's something that aids and supports and helps to bring alignment. It in the past, pharmaceuticals might be to, make you feel better, but medicine is everything. The word medicine. Okay, maybe that's what you're saying. Just using the word medicine in the way that it has meaning to you. Animal medicine, it's aiding and supporting us. What is the perfect aid and support? Anything that points us within to balance and heal ourself, which just means coming into the alignment of our heart frequency, of our divinity. That's all medicine is. Anything aiding that process. That's beautiful. Medicine has a whole different word. In the past, like 5 years ago, I would have only thought medicine in one way, a pill or a liquid or something you took. But no, we are each other's medicine as well. All right, guys, this can be oracle medicine, visual medicine, Mother Earth medicine, a pillow, sleep pillow medicine. Get us some shut eye. All right, guys. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you for that insight and wisdom. That is so beautiful. Soul meds, daily self-love. Goes back to that collective card. Loving self is the greatest medicine. But we're giving all of these tools and stuff outside that the ego mind might think it needs as it disperses and becomes more comfortable with our higher states of awareness and our new ways of being. It can ease up a little bit, and then it merges with the God mind, and then we allow all in whatever way, shape, or form that is resonant and conducive for our growing aura cleansing. Yes. All right, guys, may you all shine, not with just a tiny drop, but the entirety of all the love and light that you are.